Look at the camera. Good job. You model?
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal?
Cow.
A cow?
So when I was in high school, I'm pretty creative at heart. I've always loved artsy fartsy things, as my dad would say. So I picked up a camera. They had an old film camera, and I took some photography classes. And then when I was in college, dabbled in photography there too. But then when I was down here, my husband, he was like, oh, you're actually pretty good. You should start like doing that for fun. And I was just taking more pictures of cows and my boys, and it kind of turned into a business on the side too. But I like using it as a way to show people kind of what farm life is like from a creative, I guess, standpoint, using art and photography that way, a different way to advocate, I guess. Everyone likes pretty pictures, so I love kind of just sharing our farm that way through photography.
Are you tired of saying cheese yet?
I post a lot to Instagram, and I do share some of my Instagram stuff to Facebook, but mainly on Instagram. I find a lot of people are gravitating towards that, and it's set up just more so for photographers anyways with the picture layout, and so I really like to take time to make my feed look all pretty and just include things, even just about everyday life, motherhood, gardening, you know, get people to realize that farmers are people too. So, and you know, motherhood and everything, I think there's a lot of women in ag. I kind of tailor, I feel like, towards more of the women's side just because of where I'm at in my season of life. And I feel like, you know, there's probably a lot of women who can relate to me in some of the stuff that I go through, and I think even moms in general, they're the ones buying milk usually for their kids and that kind of stuff, so I want to make sure that they can put a face to kind of the ag industry and advocate that way. One of my most popular shoots is with kids with a baby calf. I get people who have no dairy background whatsoever, and they want to have their kid taking a picture with a baby calf, and so they have to drive out to our dairy. And we get a baby calf because usually there's one born every day, and they get the opportunity to have their child like experience that. And I think for people who aren't familiar with agriculture, that is really awesome because they get to see like, wow, like this is just a, you know, it's not so scary or what they see online. It's completely opposite for the most part. Like there's nothing, you know, like about our cows that would say that we're hurting them in any way, shape or form. So I think that I didn't realize that until it was kind of like brought to my attention. Like I am advocating by taking pictures, so I thought that was kind of neat. They can follow me on Instagram actually at the Idaho Dairy Diva. Funny thing about that name, my dad actually came up with that when I first started dating Adam, because in my family they say I'm a little bit of a diva, which I'll take that. It's not a bad thing. So he's like, you're a dairy diva. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of catchy. You just want to follow photography too. Jessica Machado Photography is my photography platform. I go back and forth all the time. So there's cows on both.